Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Boy Josh, we're here with another episode of Brilliant Swag. I'm your host Josh, coming at you live. We got let me introduce who I'm with today. We got Keani Stevens, OJ Street, Jordan Hendricks, man, you guys are on the couch. Samuel Cust, Greg's
good.
And
Greg,
then
Michael
yeah,
Ron.
Say hi. So today's episode, we're going to go over the Mandela effect, which is something that people often believe to be true, the accepted vernacular, if you will, but it isn't, right? Just like the belief that people, the reason it's called the Mandela effect is because Mandela died in 2013, but a lot of people think he died in prison in the 1980s. That's not true.
You said Mandela twice. That was hilarious.
That Mandela.
Well, there you go. That's a prime example. Right?
That's one of the effects. You say his name wrong.
Mandela. What did I say?
I got you. You
Manila.
were speaking fast. You said Manila. You said Manila twice.
I'm mumbling. Mandela effect. Or there's one too. You know, prime example. But or it's kind of like that one song. What is it? All the fucking white people like it. What is it?
You're gonna have to ask Greg and Jordan.
Neil Diamond. The song that goes "Sweet Caroline," right? And then all of a sudden,
oh my god!
Nobody. That is not a part of the song. That is.
Why has that song been going so viral lately? Like, is that just me, or is it like in every commercial lately, or like every preview or something?
I heard it, and that's what made me think of it, right? But yeah, that's not part of the song. But
It's
everybody
like
does that. It goes, bum, bum, bum. It's not a thing.
Huh.
Yeah,
I'm saying that's all wrong then.
How about that?
Right.
Or Darth Vader. He said the wrong thing.
Wait, hold on. Before you guys rampantly throw out like an hour's worth of Mandela effects and then we have no show, let's slow down a second. All right. So you said the Sweet Caroline one. I think I got the because I know they do it at the end of Red Sox games, and that's where I first heard it popularized. Of course, I knew the song, but when I heard it at the Red Sox game, I was like, "Wait, I don't remember a but." But after watching so many Red Sox games, now I can't stop doing it, and I thought it was actually a part of the song.
Well, and there's a commercial, and they literally add that to the commercial. So I guess
Yeah.
it is a thing, but in the original song, it's not.
I mean, and also that's
So
your
they
problem.
remember it differently.
Shoot, I never even heard the original.
I think so. I think the most famous one. There's actually I got two different ones from Star Wars. Anybody know the first one?
The I Am Your Father one.
I hate your
Right.
father.
Okay.
I
So
am
the
your
famous quote, "Luke, I am your father." What is the real quote?
I forget what the real quote is. I heard it. I think he answered.
He doesn't say. I don't think he says, "Luke, I am your father."
He
just
says no.
I am your father.
He says, "No,
He
I
says
am your
no.
father." Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody says Luke. The reason people say Luke is because they're putting it into context. Because if you just hear "No, I am your father," you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I think
Even
that's
James
how
Earl Jones. Even James Earl Jones fucked it up. He said it the wrong way too.
Well, he can't be wrong. So I guess if he says it that way, then that's the right way. You know, what
He
I
said
mean?
it in an
But
interview. Hell yeah! I was like, oh man. I was
maybe,
like,
maybe that's what people are quoting the interview. You know, and then that becomes.
Josh is wired today. Whatever the fuck you took before you came on, I want some of it.
I took nothing. I'm actually in a bad mood. I'm not gonna lie, but I got
Okay,
some
maybe that's-
Devastating
man, I've been on
Wired.
Celsius, boy. That shit's been
Celsius.
fire. Celsius. Hey,
I've had
shout out
one
Flo
thing
Rida,
today, but
man.
yeah.
Shout out Flo Rida. Man,
But there's actually another one with Star Wars, and
Hold
I
on.
guarantee.
God damn, you're like on 100 right now. God,
Yeah, I'm calm.
he just wants to rattle them all off. Let's just
Well, I
Well, we
bet
gain
you have
context.
this one. I bet you have a figurine of this one. All right, C-3PO. Do you have one?
No, I don't. But I wanted
I don't.
to ask Greg. But never
Right.
mind. Just keep going, host.
I'm listening. I'm enjoying.
There.
I was back. First of all, I wasn't even done with the Sweet Caroline. He just moved on. And then we're getting into the Luke and your father. And he's like, all right, next one. So, Sam,
Well, there's like 55. We got to get them all in.
I
So.
don't know you, Sam. How do you remember that
Which
line
one?
from Star Wars, the Luke, I am your father? Because I swear to God, that's what he said.
No, he says no, but it is. I remember it as Luke, but it just Luke sounds better. So
Mm-hmm.
Did anybody look up who started it wrong? Like, I think the what do they call it? Ground. I don't know who Patient Zero is for the Luke, I am your father.
It
Well,
could
it
be
could
like
be like
marketing
Morgan talked about
purposes,
the
like Luke, I am your father sounds better. It might, spread a little bit better and get a little bit more publicity for Star Wars.
That makes
Spread
sense.
a little bit better. I like that.
Yeah.
You like that?
It's a retcon. Don't even worry about it.
It's a retcon. Though. They might as well. They should redub it and just put it in like that. But
Yeah. Forget about it.
I guarantee there's going to be some fan-based version of the show that does that, and then that'll be the new thing. Just like they're doing with the web series Spider-Man, right?
Right.
But no, there's another one. Can we move on to the other one? Everybody good with that?
Okay.
Clear to move.
C-3PO, what color is he?
He's
gold.
not gold.
Oh, ain't
He switched colors. He was two colors.
He's gold.
So what's the other
He
color?
was silver first.
Silver. Yeah.
So the real C-3PO, he's gold, but he has a silver right leg. Everybody sees him as all gold.
You got to upgrade or something. No, really?
Yeah.
Damn.
No, it's because like his body got stripped in the desert.
He done been destroyed and rebuilt so many times. He done
I
been
got a
destroyed.
picture right here I can send you, or if I can share my
Google
screen, I can
this
show you,
shit.
but he does.
I don't wait. I'm Googling the original
You gotta on
color.
the fucking what's it the Ahsoka series. He made a little appearance in the Ahsoka series. I think he
Oh,
was.
what did you think of that series?
Oh man, that shit was fire. Ahsoka.
good?
Oh man, I need a
Oh,
season
nice.
2 immediately.
Oh,
Good to know. I'm writing it down. Ahsoka.
you're right. His shin. Okay,
From
I
like the
never
knee down,
noticed
basically,
his
is what
shin
it's silver.
until now. His shin was silver.
Mhm.
His shin. Before The Force Awakens, his shin was always silver. I never paid
That's crazy.
attention to his shin. Didn't
Does he
notice that.
change after a while?
It's all the way until The Force Awakens, it says.
Forget about those.
Okay.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
We
He gets
never
an
paid
upgrade.
attention to that. I never realized he had a silver shin. And now I'm looking at the pictures and it's like, oh, duh, the shin is silver.
Well, I mean, like we looked at his whole body as gold, so you ain't gonna pay attention to like, the small little detail of a leg.
Right.
I don't know if color stuff is a Mandela. Like, for instance, Sam and Weenie, do y'all remember the thing that was tearing offices apart? Is the dress blue and black or gold?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
The rods in your eye, though, I think. You know what I
Really?
mean?
It's like the Bernstein Bears being spelled wrong
It was.
Yeah.
It's not being spelled
Stein.
wrong, but it's just
or
yes,
whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
spelled Stain or Stein.
Yeah.
Breeze. Monopoly.
Did anybody ever say like the actual color of the dress?
Yeah,
I thought it was-
supposedly,
I think
if you have lighter colored eyes, you have more rods and cones in your eyes, so you're going to see a different color than somebody that has brown eyes.
I saw blue and black.
I've seen both.
I
Honestly.
saw both. Yeah, when you like tilt the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you two are aliens. Sam, what?
So I got cross-eyed.
What was the actual color of the dress, though? Or
That's what I've always wondered.
That's with everybody.
Subjective.
It's like white and
I don't
gold.
know, but Sam, what color did you see?
Dude, I don't remember that shit at all. Honestly, I don't remember it at all.
Sam's having a bad day, just like Josh. All right.
Like
I remember what it was, but I don't remember what I saw. I forget. I couldn't tell you.
the last thing I remember was gold and white. Like it was white and gold. That's the last thing I remember actually being the real color of the dress, and then it was the color illusion where it went to blue and black.
Well, and I feel like that's like the power of suggestion, right? Just like there's an audio clip where you can hear 10 different things depending on what you're reading while they play the audio clip. It could be anything.
That's
Bart Simpson bouncing to whatever the other ones were, if you've seen that video. But like whatever you read, that's what you hear. And it's
Well, you know what? You know why I can go with that? Because I used to hate when people were talking to me when I was writing something, because I would start writing what they're saying in the middle of what I'm writing.
I hate when I do that. Yeah, I hate when I do that.
That's why I can't listen to music if I'm writing down lines, because I'll start writing the music. Yeah, I'll do that.
Gets jumbled.
Oh crap, Weenie, you better not be listening to stuff while you're trying to put in your trade. You're gonna prayed for the wrong thing.
I got a good one. They got the whole Sinbad one. That's a popular one. Sinbad, and then Shaq being in the movie Shazam. Or
That was Shaq, wasn't it?
yeah, it was supposed to be it's Shaq, but they also think it's Sinbad, the actor.
Oh.
Wait, I've never heard of that one. Who thinks it's
Really,
Sinbad?
it's when Shaq plays a genie in the movie, and it's like back in the '90s. I think it was called Kazam or
That's a
Shazam.
great
One.
Kazam. It was Kazam.
Yeah,
Kazam.
Kazam.
I don't remember
Yeah.
the Sinbad thing.
It's a big one. It's a big one. It was always thought that Sinbad played it, but it was not. It
How
was
is
Shaq.
it big if I haven't heard of it?
Shit.
It's big to him. It's one of
You
the
out the
things
loop?
to him.
Oh no.
You haven't heard of it because
OJ
Sinbad. The last
looked
movie he did
confused.
was Jingle All the Way.
Okay,
My dad was in that movie.
I was confused because he said Shazam.
Shazam. I know. Kazam, Shazam, Bablam.
Wait, hold on. Hold on.
Blam was on Nickelodeon. Your dad was in Jingle All the Way?
Yeah, Jingle All the Way. He was just a side ice sculpture man, but he met Arnold.
I thought he was the annoying neighbor that tries to get with Arnold's wife in the movie.
He might as well have been. My dad's exactly like that guy.
My uncle
Looks
was in
like him
Jingle.
too.
My uncle was in Jingle All the Way.
Oh, very cool. Wow.
Yeah, wait, never
Small
mind.
world.
That was the never mind. That was a porn version of
Whoa.
never mind.
Oh,
Never mind.
He's like that one picture of the guy just sitting there on the couch that people use for all the memes, just chilling.
Hey, come tingle my balls.
Jiggle all the way.
The only notable,
You know what?
I've got a. My niece was in Catch Me If You Can. She was a bank teller for 3
Oh, really?
seconds.
Oh, that's so
the
cool.
only.
Oh, that's dope. I love that movie.
Yeah, it is good.
I had a friend that was in Catch Me As You Can, or was that the title of the book that he wrote because he used to be an altar boy?
No.
Probably the latter. Yeah. I was an altar boy too. I was raised Catholic.
That explains a lot.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
Damn you, Father O'Malley!
No, we're not Irish Catholic. We're just Catholic.
Oh God.
Father Tillman, but he was a gentleman. So.
Oh man, what? Darn it! Somebody brought up the Monopoly.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So does the guy have a monocle or not? Yes or no? Who says he has a monocle?
think
I
he
remember
does.
him having a monocle.
You
I
wrong.
think it's the peanut guy has the monocle, but
Yeah, he
the
does.
Monopoly guy should not.
Monopoly, man.
Oh yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he just has the hat and he's running. He's just
Right. Why do you
But you
think
think
that
he
it?
would.
Correct. He does not have a monocle. But why do you think people associate him
I
with
feel
a
like-
monocle?
Probably
I feel
because
like
of
he
Mr.
had-
Peanut. I
Yes,
think.
'cause he's got a top hat
Yeah.
and a cane, so people associate it with Mr. Peanut. Very good.
I feel like
Yeah.
you should have two. Like
It's just
two
easier to
glasses.
loop in that group.
And he's got money. He's an old school banker. It makes sense for him to have a monocle. He just doesn't. So.
You know, Sam, you're right about the top hat and tan because you know what? The reason why I didn't raise my hand is because I already knew that Mandela effect from like 5 years ago. But before it was shown on one of those YouTube videos of Mandela effect, I actually remember him having a monocle. So I in turn thought he had a monocle until
Do you have a monocle?
He doesn't.
No, do you have a monocle?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wear it on my birthday,
Good. Good. With your top hat?
and that's it. Nope, just the monocle. All I wear is the monocle, nothing else.
There you go.
Nice.
What do you think is the relationship between the Mandela effect and the game of telephone? So the more times you tell a story or something, it tends to change. Do you think that has a relationship with the Mandela effect, or are they kind of different?
No, I think the telephone game is poor listening. It's just,
Okay.
it's almost like you don't even have to pay the telephone game. Josh, OJ, Jordan, and Michael, which is funny because I've coached all of them, especially Josh most recently. I remember Josh left me a voicemail, and I'm going to paraphrase, but he's like, people are effing stupid. I was just on a call on a Zoom meeting, and this lady said something, and half the people repeated it back to her, totally opposite to what she said.
Damn.
So,
And it happens to me all the time. I'll be in class, I'll say something, and someone asks a question about what I said, and they repeat it nothing like what I just said.
so that Zoom call, actually, I can't go into too much detail, but it was about a potential TikTok sponsoring where you make a video for their product that's endorsed by Vanilla Ice, and then if you get so many views, they pay you $200 a month, whatever. I didn't actually end up doing it, but yes,
cool.
there was at least there's people that joined late that would ask the questions. There were people that weren't listening that would ask the questions, and there was one guy that was like intentionally trying to sabotage the whole thing until they intentionally muted him and booted him out. But it was painstaking because she repeats herself 15 times in the first 5 minutes. Like.
Yeah, before I came on with here, I just told someone, hey, listen, this is what I want you to do. I want you to find this monologue. I want you to study it, and study it until you're ready to record it and send it to me next week. Okay, so I'm going to find one that you want me to do, and you want me to send it to you tomorrow. And I'm
Nothing is correct about that.
Screen. Like, that's nowhere near what I just said.
See, I feel like as far as like stuff like that, then it is poor listening. But I feel like where the Mandela effect will come in is when you tell like your own personal stories sometimes, like the ones that don't really have like too much significance, but they might be a funny story or something, and you just kind of forget a few details, or it's like you just remember a few things different. I feel like that could apply as far as memories.
Mm-hmm. Now, what about when you're watching a movie, like when you were a kid, and then you watch it back when you're an adult, and you're like, "What? I don't even remember that even happening."
Yeah.
I feel like that might be more related to like a Mandela effect, where you just forgot, and you go back to it, and you're like, "Oh shit, I thought it was this, and it was actually that."
And
well, it wouldn't be a Mandela effect if you just forgot it. It would be a Mandela effect if you believe that it actually happened a different way.
If you're essentially misremembering what your brain's doing is filling in the gaps. Same thing when it comes to a song. You know how people make up lyrics like, okay, Aretha Franklin's Respect, right? R-E-S-B-C-T, find out what it means to me, R-E-S-B-C-T. What the fuck does she say right there? Everybody has something different. And that's because your brain fills in the gap of whatever, right? But
well, I think we fill in the gap with music when we have words. I don't know how it works in y'all's community, but black people, we make up words all the time. We don't know what the hell they just said.
Oh, we be throwing it in there.
You know,
or you make up a word that would make sense as to what it sounds like they're saying, but that's not what they're actually saying.
One of my biggest pet peeves used to be when like people would, if they didn't know the name of the song, they would just say the whole hook. Like they would say like 5 or 6 words. That used to irritate my soul. I used to be so mad. Like for example, like shoot, somebody help. What's the song where that happened?
Have you ever heard that song "Love Lift Me Up Where We Belong"? It's like that's not the name of the song. That's like the whole.
yeah.
Prime example right there.
I used to hate that so much. Like, oh my gosh.
Oh my God! They say the whole chorus as the song, but look, it's so bad that if you Google the Google knows what you mean when you try to a song.
There'll be a whole Reddit.
When they get to the hook, so you'll be like, maybe the hook is the name of the song. Like, hopefully.
I've seen whole Reddit pages where they'll be like, "What the song that goes bop bop bop, da do 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 do, bop bop bop, boom," and they'll have the name of the song after a long 10 subreddit discussion of like 100 comments, and they'll just be so funny.
Ooh, I got something spicy. Since we have our money people on here today, Sam and Greg, what is a Mandela effect that has to deal with anything involving money? Is there something out there where that's a good one? You guys might have to ponder that one. I'm sure there's something out there.
Sam, does anything come to mind for you? Like, it's kind of like a different type of subject. That there's any such thing as a risk-free investment, maybe? I don't know. That's not
Most
really
people don't know shit about money, to be honest. So
I'm sure it could pop up. I could ask ChatGPT.
Here we go.
Well, it's probably something as simple as like who's facing which way on the coin, right? Like which way is Lincoln facing, which way is Washington facing on the quarter, stuff like that. I think Lincoln's the only one that faces
the only one facing a different direction than all the other presidents.
Right. Yeah, I was about to say, I thought all of them was the same direction. Like, don't all of them look to like the right, isn't it?
No, Lincoln's
I don't know if it's the right or left, but Lincoln is the only one facing in the opposite direction.
What about coins with like I got dollar coins with a Native American up there. I don't forgot her name.
Oh, Sacagawea.
Sacagawea? Oh, okay. I was about to say Pocahontas. Hey, no disrespect. Hey, no disrespect.
There goes ban from YouTube.
Oh, wait.
No disrespect.
In Jordan's defense, Sam, when we played Battle of the Sexes, We asked, what does BDSM stand for? And he said, baby daddy smells bad. So,
I mean, they could, I guess.
well, those aren't even the letters. That's the problem.
You gotta come
Maybe in
up with
someone's world.
it.
Now, maybe he meant mal for bad, then that would work.
Yeah.
Wow, here
You know,
comes
honestly, that there's. Well, yeah, Greg, go.
Oh no, I have something non-finance related. I was thinking
Oh,
about
okay.
the Mandela effect and about watching something when you were younger and then watching it when you're older. One thing that came to mind was when that episode of SpongeBob where SpongeBob is watching a sea urchin flip back and forth and he's like
Mhm.
watching it really intensely.
Yeah.
And here he comes
Oh
in
my
the
God.
room and
Yeah.
he's like, Gary! And he quickly
Yeah.
changes it to football. He's like,
Yeah.
I was just watching the sports channel. I didn't know that was SpongeBob porn later on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
Well,
Hell yeah.
If you're
That was
gonna
that
get
late
to
night
that-
stars.
That ain't a Mandela effect. But if you're gonna get to that, that's just you being a kid watching cartoons and them putting adult things in there for your parents to be entertained. Like there's so like when I
There's a lot of
watch stuff like
were
Rocco's
innocent.
Modern Life, I'm like, oh my god, that was highly inappropriate when I was a
Yes.
kid. I didn't notice it.
Ren and Stimpy. It was wild.
Oh,
Oh my God.
That shit was wild.
It's
Ren and
something
Stimpy was the
made
worst.
after.
Yeah.
They remade Ren and Stimpy.
It's log. It's log.
yeah, but no. The original, just like in that one episode of The Simpsons when Bart was in the bed with that teacher, and he goes, "Now I know why they call you Mrs. Hoover."
No.
I didn't get that
The
when I
movie-
was young.
The
And
cartoon,
now
the animated movie El Dorado, the little Aztec chick, she was literally, she was getting it on.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I was like, yo, that's wild.
I
That's
know.
wild.
that is crazy.
That was a good movie, especially for its time.
Animation was on point.
Yeah.
Well, it's always crazy when you see those things as a kid, and then you go back as an adult, and now you get the joke.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when
They kinda have to add those, though, 'cause, like-
oh, that's what that meant.
And some of the things aren't jokes; they're just like in the old Dumbo movie where the three black crows were named Jim Crow. I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
shit.
now as an adult, I get it. But as a kid, you didn't pay any attention to that.
We were
Yeah,
Kind of
it's
bad
just three
taste.
black crows named Jim
Kind of
Crow.
bad
just-
taste.
I was today years old when I realized they was.
There's a lot of those too. That could be another episode. Today you're
Oh,
old.
that's a whole
there might be a darker one. They said there is a, I don't know if it's a Mandela effect or not, but there's like a thing where they said in the Wizard of Oz there's some munchkins hanging in the background, but came to find out that's actually not true. But if you there's like video clips, if you look in the background, you see them hanging. It was like
Munchkins are are you talking about the flying monkeys?
no, the actors who played the Munchkins, they were like there's like a little dark little thing behind it that said that a couple of them hung themselves in the background. And so if you see them going, oh, it's the Yellow Brick Road, and they're going down the Yellow Brick
That's
Road, in the
terrifying.
background you see them in the background hanging. Yeah,
Did you actually see them?
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Wizard of Oz, what's the famous line that Dorothy says about the state Kansas?
But we're not in.
Take me
There's no
home or
place
something.
like
We're not in
home?
state
Well,
anymore.
no. She says she's talking to the dog. She says, "Toto,
We're not in Kansas anymore.
no. What is it?" Okay, so I'll give you two options. Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. Or Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
I have a feeling.
I have a feeling.
That's right.
It's probably I have a feeling, but yeah, it's
But I remembered
that
it.
doesn't make
for-
sense.
I don't think. I remember.
Yeah.
I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
Yeah, it's I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
I'm not gonna lie, the Munchkin thing high key just ruined Wizard of Oz for me. They really have people hanging in the back.
Yeah, guys, I swear, I put that on everything. Go on YouTube. It'll pop up and you'll see them in the background. But I'm pretty sure later on it got debunked as it not being true. But I was like,
I still don't want to see it. I'm
you see
good.
the videos, you see them in
They're
the
white
background.
munchkins. It's okay.
It's like,
fine.
whew, I ain't gonna lie, the monkey part, the flying monkey scared the shit out of me watching.
They're
that movie.
terrifying.
Yeah, they scared the shit out of me.
North Korea is the country where the monkeys in the Wizard of Oz came from. They came
No.
from North Korea.
The book is even
monkeys-
darker. The book is
The
dark as
monkeys
shit.
in the Wizard of Oz were nowhere near as scary as the ugly monkeys in the Wiz. I don't care what
Oh,
anybody
my
says.
God.
Those monkeys in the Wiz. First of all,
Yeah.
the Wiz is a terrible
Yeah.
version
Yeah,
of the Wizard of Oz, but we all love it because the music is amazing.
yeah.
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
I've never seen The Wiz.
Did you know that there's a second
You,
Wizard
wait,
of Oz movie
wait,
that came out?
hold on,
in
Jordan. You
You
shut
can
the
open
hell
the
up.
whole.
Because OJ is about to get his black card pulled because that's one of the
Serious.
5 movies that you have to watch to be considered.
No, that's not true.
Friday, another one.
No, all the black movies are one word, and you know that.
No, that's not
Friday.
true. Because
Friday, Roots.
Friday, Menace to Society.
No.
Roots.
First of all, Jordan, you're naming movies. You just.
I got all of them. I got all of them.
You don't.
Is Friday one?
Because all you're
Yes,
doing is naming
Friday is one.
in the last 20 years. Okay, so
Barbershop?
Friday is one. The Color Purple is another one.
Yes.
Say the
Not
color
one
purple.
word.
Yeah.
I put that next to Roots.
Yeah, Roots.
No,
Yeah,
that's not a black.
That's a
Roots
show,
is
though, I
not
think,
a
isn't it?
mandatory black thing. It's a watered down version of what happened, and so we just watched it because there were black people in it. We were happy to see other black people, but that's not a.
The other one is Medea.
Is who?
Medea.
Which
No,
one?
that's
There's
not.
like 18 of them.
What?
I only like the first two.
That is not. That's a commercial black
I don't
person
like
movie,
that.
but
I don't like the
you
rest
can
of
put
them.
that in there if you want. But that's not a mandatory.
A lot of black people I know think Tyler Perry plays off of stereotypes.
He does.
Oh, he does.
He does.
Not a. That's every black
Single
person you
mom
know
type
doesn't
thing.
like Medea.
Yeah.
But Color Purple and Friday are definitely two of those, and I'll let OJ figure out the other three. I already gave him one that he missed, which was
Boys
the
in the
Wiz.
Hood.
Oh no, that's not what we're talking about right now. I was just
We
saying.
got two more. What are the other two? I'm curious now.
No, it's not. It's not for you to
The
try to.
I
Temptations.
know, but I still want to guess it. If I guess it, then I should get a half point. Jordan, help me out here. Let's figure it out.
I'm over here naming them. I'm over here naming them. Boys in the Hood, The Temptations.
I almost want to say. I almost want to
The
say
Dice-
Pulp Fiction.
Hey,
just
yo,
'cause
that
Samuel
movie.
Jackson's
All
in
those
it.
movies are classics.
Yeah.
Temptations, you could say. Juice.
The
No.
Juice.
Juice for sure. Come on now. Juice
No,
for
well,
sure.
you can name 100 awesome movies with black people in it. That doesn't mean it made
Nutty
the five
Professor, gotta
mandatory.
be.
But I feel like Juice has got to be required.
The
Though.
fourth one is Wheaties or Greg's twerk video. That's the fourth one.
It's a good video.
That doesn't count.
I'm basically an online stripper.
I'm just disturbed.
Stand by me. I don't know. Stand by.
Gotta
I
play-
guess I am black then. I'm not watching Greg Twitter.
Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Tropic
blame
Thunder.
What do you I was
Shield your eyes.
Hey, Cart,
I'm a dude
Cart-
playing a dude playing another
Hold
dude.
on. Cart Miracle, who just said hello in the chat on Rumble. Thank you. We just started doing things on Rumble and not just YouTube. Cart Miracle, I don't know if you're black or white because I was going to ask you, do you know any of the 5 mandatory black people must watch movies? So I might be
That
going
Michael
out of
Jackson movie documentary.
Oh
He
my
was
god.
talking to the mouth.
Someone's food's ready.
Yeah, I hear that going on.
Someone's got a hot pocket.
That sounds like somebody big was
They hungry.
backing it on up.
All right. Here's
I know,
another
was
one.
it OJ's? Because he just walked off camera.
Yeah.
He's got the loot.
Oh God, he said Medea's family reunion. I
There it
see.
is.
Ah,
That is a good movie.
Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
That's the other good movie.
Yeah,
No.
I like that one.
Oh,
for
I like
me,
that
it's,
one.
you gotta have colors in there. That's
Colors.
Oh, Colors. That was, oh man. Colors hits me different as an adult. Hey, you know what? I know this is not Mandela effect, but you know how we just organically will go into other stuff? What's a movie that hits you differently? Like, there's movies that were funny or serious when I was a kid, and now I watch them as an adult and I laugh. So I'll give you my example first. Has anybody seen The Color Purple?
Mhm.
There's parts in The Color Purple and Precious that I was sad when I first watched it, and now when I watch it, I can't help but to laugh. Like, it
Mhm.
made me sad at the end when she was reunited with her kids,
Mhm.
and now when I watch it, I laugh when they're like, "Mama, Mama Junie."
Oh yeah.
It's-
Yeah. Yeah.
When old who was it?
I can do that.
It was when old buddy she gave him the advice to hit his wife, and when he did it, like she whooped his ass.
What movie?
Wait, what movie?
It was Sealy. That was Color Purple, wasn't it?
Oh, The Color Purple. Okay.
You're talking about? She didn't really. No, she didn't.
When you
No,
say
remember, like Sealy gave him the advice to like hit his wife because Sealy.
Oh, she gave Hoppo the advice to hit.
Yeah. And then
the character beat the hell out of him. Yeah.
that used to be sad to me, but now it is absolutely hilarious that like.
When she goes, you told Hoppo to beat me.
Tyler Perry quotes that in the movie. He's like, I love Harpo, but I'll kill him.
Yeah.
Like that's how I know that from.
she
Unfortunately,
makes the ugliest face in that movie when she says that, and Tyler Perry's
She
version.
do.
But okay.
Like, well, you better chill out.
And I just want to note that Carter named 2 Tyler Perry movies that was required. I just wanted to point that out.
I know he did. I saw that. He could be 20 years old. Who knows?
Or the other.
Okay, so when you're making all-time lists, no matter what, even when I was younger, I was told you can't just pick shit that was just in your little window and that's it. That doesn't make the top 5 all time.
You got to branch out the genres.
Because you would be very annoyed if somebody said, "Who's the top 5 rappers of all time?" and they name 5 rappers that have been rapping for the last 5 years.
That's a good point.
Right. Come on.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Everybody
That's
does
true.
have their own top 5s, though.
Yeah.
No, you can have your
Tupac,
personal
Nas,
top 5,
Biggie.
and then you've got a discussion part 5.
Okay, I see.
You know,
So
one
top
that
10.
can be debatable. Here we go. I like how people will try to put like 15 people in the top 10. I'm like, you just named 15 people.
Yeah, they'll have like 10 honorable mentions.
Eminem's in the discussion. He's got to be in the discussion.
The top 5.
I like Eminem before he got off of drugs. I need him to get back on drugs.
I like him.
I need him to get
better
back
off
on drugs.
but okay.
Like when Relapse came out, I was like, oh god, okay. But like
That's
the
like
album,
saying
like
he
before
had to
that,
reinvent
like, it's
himself.
just different. It's
If he stayed on the
different.
drugs, he'd be dead by now.
I mean, yeah,
but
granted that. It's
I
just
get-
it's just the type of music that like the flow. It's like he's on more on beat. I don't know what it is.
What I
Maybe
don't
lost
like
his
is
rhythm.
Lord Jamar talking shit about him because he's like I'm not into fucking taking pills and killing my mother, and it's like okay, but
Well,
I mean, that's
Eminem's
just a
not
character
into-
he was playing.
It's more of the
Eminem's not-
flow. It's more of the flow for me. It's
Eminem's
like,
not into killing his mother either. He's just venting. But
Exactly.
I get what you're saying because people say I like Big Luther, not Little Luther. Like,
yeah.
when the artist
I
loses
need-
weight or something.
Yeah.
You
Like
know?
he needs
I
to
just-
like the flow. Right now he's just rapping. He's just like, but before
I
he
just
was,
feel like
he was flowing on the
More
beat. back
passionate.
then.
I feel like Eminem, like it's like we get it, bro. You're like I feel like sometimes it gets to the point where he's so lyrical. It's like, bro, I'm not processing that. Like I'm not gonna process everything.
But
you
whose
just said.
fault is that?
Like
He's just rapping. He's
Whose
just
fault
going.
is that?
Like Rap God, yeah, like that one's like
That's your fault.
Yeah, you're just going. Like,
but at the same time, it's like if you listen to Eminem for like a certain amount of time, it's like you notice it gets more and more complicated, the stuff that he's saying and putting together.
Yes,
And it's
that's
just
what-
like, okay, like
evolving.
that's
That's
the
the
point.
story.
That's the point.
he's so. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but he's so good now. It's annoying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you because that's why all the lyricists love him. But hey, that's that's what it is. It is what it is. You think Greg I used to like skinny Greg. I'm starting to like muscular Greg.
Thank you. More time for the gym during the day.
I feel about that with Lil Wayne too, though. Lil Wayne's he's starting to get like that for me.
Lil Wayne.
There's
He's
always
just
gonna
rapping.
be,
He's
Like,
always
I'm not gonna listen to this. Like, I don't
But
know.
see, Lil Wayne balances it out because he also has some bars that are like, okay, that was terrible.
He
Like,
has
that
some
was
bars
really
that are
bad.
fire, but it's
I feel like he dominated the early 2000s, honestly.
Absolutely,
2003, 2005.
for sure.
absolutely.
Even all the way up
Everybody's-
to like 14, even like 2014. I don't know. He's still rapping, but I don't know. It's different.
Okay, OJ and Jordan, y'all can go do y'all rap battle episode another day on your own. Everybody's not gonna like the old or new. For instance, Sam, at one point in your life, you were broke, right?
Define broke.
Oh, damn.
Never mind. Let me ask a black guy, Michael Vaughn.
Technically, yeah. If you've been a baby before, you're broke when you're a baby.
Yeah.
True.
I'm not
True.
getting all $150 in my bank account.
We ain't broke. We just ain't got no money. It went all the bills.
Yeah.
You know what? And you know what, Sam? I do like you said define broke because sometimes when somebody
Means
asks me for
different
something and I say I broke, they don't understand what that means. Broke doesn't mean I don't have any money. I'm still got money to go eat, get gas, and all that. Broke
Okay.
means I'm out of the spending money that's extra that I can lend to you.
So no discretionary income is broke.
That's right.
See, everybody has a different definition. Broke to me would be like in debt or like very
No,
low
that's
numbers.
There's
in
rich
bank.
people that are technically in debt. I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I,
So technically, they're broke, in my opinion.
if my house isn't paid off, that doesn't mean I'm broke.
It's
We-
true.
No,
It's
no,
true.
but
There's
okay,
different kinds of
like
There's
debt,
mortgage
but
debt.
that's debt,
card
you
debt,
know, not enough
debt.
assets.
Okay,
There's
so
plenty
good
of
debt.
people who, no,
That's
not even
not
debt.
good
It's you have debt, and let's say
Mhm.
you earn $200,000 a year, but you owe $5 million. on bullshit, you're broke.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That makes sense too.
That's a little bit more rare, though.
The perspective of broke that I know is like you gotta
That's
decide
what we
between
classify broke.
like a way to class. Like the way I've seen it is where you have to make a decision between are you going to eat or put gas in your car. Like
That's
Yeah.
That's pretty broke.
That's broke.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been
Because
Yeah.
maybe
That's broke as hell.
you took
That's
debt
broke as hell.
to broke.
That's broke.
Oh wait, well
I made
I got
bad financial situations.
I think it goes along the lines of what you're saying because I was saying to Sam, the way I met Sam is through Greg. Sam is my, awesome, amazing financial advisor that keeps me out of trouble. But I was telling him when he said, "What was one of your goals?" I said, "I want to go on a vacation instead of a trip." And a lot of people will ask me, "Well, what the hell's the difference?" I was like, "Well, on a vacation, you go on vacation, you don't worry about anything. If you want to eat at this place, you eat there. If you want to stay at this hotel, you stay there. If you want to buy this, you buy this. On a trip, you got to be careful where you eat,
Tighter
what
budget.
you do, how you spend money, and then when you get back, you're like, all right, so I'm only paying 60 of the $120 light bill and 80 of the $200 phone bill.
Yeah, that's
Making
fair.
these little movements. So I want to go on a vacation, not a trip.
That makes a lot of sense.
Like an all-inclusive resort or a cruise, in contrast to driving a Biloxi for the weekend.
Right.
Oh,
Tell
yeah.
you.
Nobody ever. I don't know who's gonna say I got a vacation. I need 2 weeks in fucking Biloxi, but there might be some.
That's Biloxi at that best.
Are you still ornery about your boat trip down there that didn't turn out too well, Josh?
What boat trip? I didn't go on a boat. Oh, that wasn't me. And that's Montgomery, I thought, not Biloxi. Is it Mississippi?
Yes, it was Montgomery when you were down there in Montgomery. You still.
I was not involved in that. I would be the guy.
People
with
are
the camera,
finally getting
maybe,
charged
but
for that now, or whatever, arrested. I think
I can't
saw.
choose a side.
It's been so long ago,
I'm
hasn't
in
it?
Switzerland. I'm neutral.
No, court
No.
systems are slow.
All I'm gonna say, hey, listen, I'm just gonna say this because I don't want to get into that discussion yet. I just want the people on the screen to hear me out. If we're all ever somewhere and we beat up somebody, we're not staying in that area.
Yes.
We're gonna leave.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We're not just gonna go pull up
Out.
the hill with our Chick-fil-A and act like nothing happened.
I got kids, man.
Who's grabbing the chair? That's what I want to know. Who's grabbing the chair?
Yeah.
Is that
It's gonna be like a WWE chair.
I'll be honest. I watch a lot of wrestling. I'll probably grab the chair.
Okay.
I'll probably grab the chair.
You know what their downfall was?
Through the table.
They didn't have a friend like Sam who would have gave them a risk analysis on about what they're about.
Hey.
This is you will never.
Always
see.
analyze your
You
risk.
did that too, motherfucker. You were in the military. Every
never
every
funny.
every time you go in the field, you do a risk assessment. I don't want to hear it.
Every time you do PT, you do a risk assessment.
Yeah,
You do one
I don't want to hear it. You
No.
got to walk
With
the.
every decision.
draw.
That was a compliment. I was saying they don't have somebody like you who would have gave them a risk assessment.
You make it
Like,
sound bad though.
no, a risk assessment is awesome.
Yeah, you're gonna listen though. That's the issue. No one's gonna
No.
listen.
That's true.
That's
Well, we've
I mean,
listened.
are you gonna die or are you gonna live? That's the risk assessment. That's all I need.
Don't say that because if you took the risk and you lived, you're gonna have somebody like the guy on Hangover. But did you die today?
Now you sound like
I was
Saul.
on that side. I was watching that.
Now it sound like Saul.
So no, from the Hangover, Hangover 2.
I know, but I'm just saying what it sounded like for a split second. That's it.
Yeah, did you die today?
Yeah.
It is spooky season.
He's actually a doctor in real life, believe it or not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I would never.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Who's
I
a
can't
doctor?
go.
The guy you're referring to.
Oh yeah, he is. He is a doctor.
And he actually first started by playing a doctor in Knocked Up. I think that was his first claim to fame. And it just kind of evolved from there.
Wow.
Bro, that Hangover
You-
2, bro, that first introduction was wild, bro. When they were
Yeah.
fucking, bro. I'm not
The
even
first
gonna
one
like,
was
yo,
the best. The second one was actually
yo.
passable. The third one was not. any
Yo.
notable.
The third one was all about the money. They just wanted to make a third one for money. That's it.
This isn't a Mandela effect, but have you ever met someone who can say things so confidently it sounds true and it ain't freaking true?
Yes,
My friend
absolutely.
A car
had me
salesman.
so convinced that Gina Davis was Pretty Woman. And I was like, and it was messing up my mind. Like, no, I swear to God, that's not Gina Davis. Yeah, it was. And he would point out like all these things, and he started convincing my mind that Pretty Woman was Gina Davis. You said what?
You could just quickly look that up, though, couldn't you?
about to
No,
Google
it
that
was before
motherfucker.
cell phones, Weenie. Jesus.
Oh,
Christ.
okay.
Before the internet.
Back in the early 2000s and late 90s, and now technology.
I was still just breastfeeding at that time.
Plus, you know,
Godzilla 2000 came out. No, I'm playing.
sometimes when you're in a heated debate, you want to win the debate and not just whip out your phone and get the answer, you youngin.
That's
Yeah.
how you win, though.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, but the debate is over.
Sometimes you try not to resort to that. You try to convince the other person by
Yeah, the
facts,
debate is
your own
over.
knowledge.
If that's
Maybe
the goal,
signal's
yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not always
Use
enough.
your intellectual skills first, then
Right.
use the resources of the all-knowing internet.
Resources are a last resort. Like, all right, fine. After you argue for 20 minutes,
Ah,
let me show
See.
you that you're wrong. Bam.
See, nah, I can't. I don't know.
Calculator. We say we never have a calculator. We got one everywhere.
See, I don't know because when me and my
You're
pops,
You're not gonna have a calculator in your pocket, motherfucker. Yeah, I am.
God damn it. A great one. A great one. A great.
No, this is why I hate the answer I don't know. I hate when anybody says, "Well, I don't know." It's like, and you're looking at the cell phone in their hand. Like, how do you not know anything?
Yeah.
It's the
Mhm.
effort to
You got the
search.
great big book of knowledge right there.
Mhm.
The what?
I don't like when you're trying to like start a conversation. I don't like when like you're trying to like start a conversation or maybe even a debate with somebody, and it could be like at least 3 or 4 people, and you'll be like, "Well, how do you feel about that?" And like, I don't care. It's like,
Oh yeah. No, even if I know something that
People have
somebody's
different
telling me,
values.
I'll still listen like I don't know sometimes, just to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if they're wrong.
Be intellectually curious.
Yeah, or
like
yeah,
for
or
the
just-
sake of the
or just not even-
conversation.
or just not even to come across like, you know what I'm saying, I already know all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll still like listen to it.
Or like even if you don't care about the topic, you don't have to like just be like, honestly, I don't give a fuck. Like I don't even know what we're talking. Like it's a conversation. Like that's the point of us. Nobody really cares, but it's like it's just conversation sometimes. Like
Yeah,
Sounds like you
it's
care.
nothing else to talk about.
Well, there's
Comes
actually
down to the goal.
there's a
Hold
video
on.
I saw recently about Wayne Dyer, who's a guy that I follow pretty heavily. I think he's passed away now, but he was saying that in an argument with your spouse or somebody important to you, you're better off being kind to that person than being right. And that is a pitfall that I have always fallen into, is because like I'm
Well,
more
you
worried
can
about
do
being
both.
right. And that's probably why I'm divorced now,
You can
because
do
it's not
both.
always about being right. It's about being kind.
You can
Very
do
well
both.
I
They
felt
don't
that.
have to be separated.
Yeah, but sometimes, like, even if you're right, you're better off, especially when arguing with a woman. You know what I mean? You're better off just taking the L and going about your day.
Hold on. I think it's not only just with the woman or it could be anybody. I think the
Sure.
more important thing is to pick the battles that you want to be.
That you wanna-
What's that other saying? Is this the hill you want to die on?
Right, and I think that's what he's getting at too, right?
Yeah.
But it's, yeah, like sometimes it's like it's really not a big deal. Or is this going to matter in 5 years? If the answer is no, then don't worry about it.
So like knowing when to agree to disagree type thing, and like how to properly do it.
And how to do it in a respectful way, like not hurling insults, not attacking the other person.
Yeah.
Whatever the
Well,
case
that's
may
no
be.
fun.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, tell
Sometimes it
you
gets
something
out.
about you that you don't know. No.
Well, remember how Bill Burr said how women argue, right?
Mm-mm.
I
He
love
said
that.
if you get an argument, if you are wrong, a woman is going to keep you on the point and make sure you don't stray from the discussion at hand. But if she's wrong, she's going to bring up some other shit from over here to throw you off.
I love it
And
when I'm
totally
right.
discombobulate.
I love
believe
it when I'm right. I'm gonna get a down button and press, and it will be confetti dropping.
I wish we could, you know, the progressive commercials where they have the instant replay, bro. They need to make that in real life. They need that in real life.
Have a commentator circle it. No, right,
Oh.
right. No,
We
right.
have that in real life, especially through text. Them damn receipts will get you every time.
I need conversations. We need to get conversations.
Now they can edit messages up to 50, if you have an iPhone, 15 minutes after they send them. They can
Yeah.
No.
Oh, that's wild.
You can unsend. You can unsend and they won't see it.
That's wild.
Well,
unless the
unsend
software
is
has enough
different.
to, or if they
I
don't
send it, I wanna
have an
see it.
iPhone, right?
Hey, wait, because I was gonna say something about something Greg said earlier. I think it was Greg or either OJ. When
Some people just want to be listened to. Most people just
But-
want to be listened to.
well, I'll direct this to Sam, but because this can be hard though, Weenie, because if you're listening to somebody be totally wrong about something, it's hard to just listen. So, for instance, I sent Sam because you guys are traders, investors, you do all that, and I sent them that clip of people on TikTok that like to give financial advice.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is totally insane advice. Now, how could you sit there and be like Sam? If you were talking to one of those people in front of each other and having a financial conversation, that would not drive you insane.
No, because you can't argue with stupid.
I think like
So
their
you just
goals
go,
are different.
okay.
Their
Okay.
goals are to get as many views as possible at the expense of correct information, so they
Right.
may be able to get a wider reach.
Well, let's put it this way: anything, what's going to sell more? Some, clickbait title that's generalized advice, like Dave Ramsey, for example, or any financial guru. They give very general advice, and a lot of it's doesn't fucking work. A lot of it's bullshit. Like Dave Ramsey saying, "Oh, I average 15% a year, whatever the hell he does in the stock market." No, you don't. Get the fuck out of here. No, you
Well, he doesn't
don't.
believe in loans either. He's all about
Yeah, yeah. He's like, you buy your house cash. I'm like,
Yeah.
buy your house cash. Yeah, let me just go to under my mattress here and
Right.
get 500 grand.
Just sell your vacation
Context
home
is
in
key.
Winnipeg, and then you're fine.
Yeah, I don't like when people have a lot of motivation, but not real ways to actually like steps. Like they don't give you actual steps. They'll just be like, you just got to do this. Just do this.
Yeah.
Like,
But
Oh, just buy the stock. You're good to go.
But this goes to anything: finances, fitness, dieting, whatever. What's gonna sell more? Someone give, oh, you do this 5-step process and you're gonna be set. You're fucking gonna lose weight. You're gonna get 6-pack abs. You're gonna be rich, whatever. Or it depends. What's gonna sell better? What's gonna get more
if it
views?
depends, you're not gonna want to go
Hey,
for it.
Sam.
Exactly.
Sam, I always love when those videos start off with, "Do you know why I'm a millionaire and you not?" One simple thing: desire. I'm like, oh, that's it? That's all I've been missing?
yeah,
Unselling
you just gotta want it. You don't want it enough.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
One thing that I like, so Mark Cuban had a video the other day, and he was saying you only need to get it right once. You can pick the wrong job, the wrong career, the wrong spouse, but he's like, you only need to get it right once. You get it right once, you're good.
Well,
Yeah.
it depends on how many of those, how
Especially
far
if you're
how far back you got set back from those wrongs, though.
Sure, but I mean, once you get it right, then you're good. Once you find the right
Well, it
person,
still
you don't
depends.
need somebody else. Once you
If
find the
I
right
made
job,
If I made a bunch of
that's all I
choices
hear.
and I've lost $1 billion just because I made a right choice and made $2 million, I'm still not ahead. I got it right.
right? But like in his case, he bought the Dallas Mavs and went from
Yeah,
200
but he
million to
also
what,
bought the
2.5
Dallas
billion?
Mavs by selling something that wasn't worth
Badass.
what he sold it for. He had
Yeah.
a whole, which I can't hate him for it. There's a
Right.
lot behind that, though. So
I think what he was getting at though is once you get rich, you only need to get rich once if you know how to manage your money well. Diversify your assets.
And I'm
find
sure he's
different
lost
income
millions,
streams.
but he's earned more millions. So
It's true.
his successes outweigh his failures.
have you ever
Much
watched that
outweighed.
documentary on lottery winners that go?
I was just about to say, yeah.
It's so crazy. A guy on there won a $360 million jackpot, went broke. Now, you know how hard it is to win the lottery, right?
Mhm.
This son of a bitch won it again for like 160 million. You know what he did?
Broke
He
again?
went broke again.
Because they're not prepared for it.
You immediately need to get a financial advisor.
lot of
would
Like
choose the
immediately,
annuity.
like
I'm young enough, I would choose the
immediately.
annuity.
Well, it's not just. Well, hold on. It's not just getting a financial advisor because some of them went broke by hiring a financial advisor, but you got to make sure you're hiring the right person that's invested in you because they were getting people that were giving them financial advice and having them invest in stuff. They were getting their cut, and the other person got screwed. So,
Yeah, that happens a lot.
But
Well,
one
it's
of
not a
the biggest
fiduciary.
mistakes that the winners were making was when they got money, they decided to go into a business that they know nothing about. For instance, there was one guy who was a waiter. He won the lottery, so he bought his own restaurant. You know nothing about running a restaurant.
That's a
Why
tough
is that
business.
the first thing you did?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, restaurant business is really tough. Like you gotta know details.
And you
Yeah.
got
You're better off buying
spoilage.
a franchise or like a Chick-fil-A and running
Yeah,
those.
I was about to say, buy it and let them run it. Like,
No, but
Yeah.
you're still getting into something. Don't be in a rush to get into something you know nothing about. Like you're gonna get into real estate. Like what are you talking about? You've worked at a
Yeah.
gas station your whole life.
No, I actually have a story about that.
If you have the right advisors, then that could be successful. But those are hard to come by.
Right off the bat, John, I don't care what advisors you got. If you win the lottery today, you don't need to be in the next 2 weeks trying to go deep into something you know nothing about.
I agree.
Because again, if you don't know about it, the advisor could be telling you a bunch of shit that sounds right. We just talked about that.
Right. Well, there was a story on. So there's a book called Think and Grow by Napoleon Hill, and it was saying like 6 feet from gold. And what a guy did was he bought a gold shaft and he assumed that the gold was down the shaft, and eventually he didn't find it. He gave up. Another guy bought it for like $10,000, hired an expert to come through, and the expert said, well, sometimes the gold lines shift 6 feet to the left or right, and from where that guy stopped, they drilled 6 feet to the left. They found all the gold. So that's why it's
Wow.
Hey, oh my
Yep.
God, I'd be sick.
Find the right people.
6 feet.
And like a good advisor will do some effort to like teach what they know so that
Yeah.
they walk them through
Well,
the process.
But
That's
you
a
don't
really
know,
good example.
this day and age, you don't know who's good and who's full of shit. You know.
Yeah.
So,
Find a fiduciary.
Influencers.
That's what you do. Go for
I
it.
always
Oh,
think
wait, hold on. Because I think Sam, because like Josh, I don't totally disagree with you. My advice is to find an expert, but the thing is, anyone can sound like an expert
Yes.
if you don't know what the hell you're talking. Like at my
Right.
last job, they thought I was an IT guru just because I could do simple stuff that everybody should know.
just because you could switch from HDMI 1 to HDMI 2.
Right.
Do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Control Alt
Did you
Delete.
try-
Watch
Yeah.
that.
No, because look, like my thing is graphic and like media design, like graphic communication stuff like that. So it's like I'm good with like Adobe stuff like that, doing billboards. Bro, I am so sick of my family calling me talking about how do I work my printer? I don't know. Like it's simple things. Like I am not IT. I'm tired of like, you graduated IT, right? No, I did not. I can make you a flyer. I cannot fix your computer, bro. I don't know how to build that. I cannot build that for you.
The
I can't do
frustration
it.
in
Connect
his
to Wi-Fi,
voice
connect
is
to
making
laptop.
Michael. The frustration in his voice is making Michael cackle. I swear to God.
It kind of comes with the territory though, because like I'm a mechanic and I learned how to like now that I'm a mechanic, people ask me for like, hey, this outlet in my door, or like I get like my grandparents ask me to come fix some shit, cut a tree down. Like they're just like, oh, you're good with your hands, so you can do everything.
Imagine
So-
if you were a doctor getting hit up for free medical advice all the time.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. My elbow feels funny. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a foot doctor.
My elbow really hurts when I move it like this. Don't move it like that.
Hey, have y'all seen Drake and Josh where their neighbor was the doctor and the doctor used to always hate coming over there and charge them extra?
Well, you know what you get? You get people who don't want to start a conversation with you in your area of expertise, but they know nothing, so they don't know how to do it. So they'll walk up to a Sam, like Sam, and go, "That Dow Jones, huh?" That's it. You're just gonna throw out the word Dow Jones.
So gear wrench, huh? So gear wrench.
How about those Cowboys, huh?
So Tesla, huh? Tesla what?
Tanking
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, Tesla. Tell Tesla.
So Sam, what were you saying about
Fiduciary?
Fiduciary, yeah.
Yeah, you find advisor is fiduciary. So fiduciary is someone who's obligated professionally and legally to act in your best interest.
Mm-hmm.
So if they give you bad advice, you could sue them.
Yeah.
But
wait,
they're-
hold on,
That's what
hold
Sam
on,
is.
hold on.
Sam gives you bad advice, you can sue him.
Mhm.
Hold on. I want you to say that one more time so everybody and the people in the back can hear what you just said. Say that again.
What the first part or second part?
Fiduciary.
All of it.
Yeah, so a fiduciary is just someone who's obligated legally and professionally to act in your best interest. So this is someone who's like a fee-only advisor. So you have two types of advisors. You have commission-based and fee-only. Commission-based, think of like insurance agents, Series 7 broker-dealers, people who are paid for a transaction. Then you have fee-only advisors who are paid based on either a flat fee or a percentage of the money they manage. So it's different. So, if I was like a broker, a Series 7 advisor, I would be paid every time we trade a stock. I get paid basically, or I put you in a mutual fund and I get a kickback of some commission, versus a flat fee advisor or maybe an advice only advisor or an AUM advisor. They're just paid a flat percentage of your money, no matter where it goes, and they're incentivized to grow that money because, let's say I get paid 2% of $100,000. I'm incentivized to grow that money because if I grow it, I'll get paid more, and you get more money. So it's a win-win for everybody.
I feel like every advisor should have that requirement to give the best sound advice possible.
You should, but not. Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
That's why you ever seen an
That's how you
insurance
find a
agent.
good one, though.
You ever see an insurance agent be like, "Yeah, I'm a financial advisor." No, you're not.
Yeah,
That's pretty
They're a
common.
licensed financial consultant, an insurance agent, but that's just fancy.
Now, does like somebody like Edward Jones, do they have both, or do they just have like the
Fucking
ones?
Edward Jones. Edward Jones, and if there's any Edward Jones advisors out there, tell me I'm wrong. All they do is they say, okay, we're going to put you in this American funds mutual fund, and that's it. And then they might give you some insurance.
Bro, so I'm gonna tell you why you're everywhere I go, I see a freaking Edward Jones building. Hell, they used to be the name of the stadium in St. Louis for the Rams, I think,
Edward Jones
when they
Dome.
were there. And I'm like, well, this must be,
Good.
very, very good. It's everywhere I can see it. And I went and did like a consultation with them, and they were telling me stuff like my dumbass could figure out. I was like, what is this? This is
Yeah.
nothing. How are they so popular and have so much money?
Marketing.
You'd be surprised how many things you could just find out by like looking it up on Google or YouTube. That their companies are running away with it. Like
Well,
it's
especially
crazy.
nowadays. But aren't mutual funds designed not to fail? Kind of like Berkshire Hathaway, or the Dow. Like once so many of it's like 30 combined, and once one is shitty, they drop it and they pick up another one, right?
They're
It
so
depends on the
diversified.
fund.
They're designed not to fail, but they may not be the best investments anyways. And so it's like if you have a half a decent brain if you have a chartered market technician on the team, you can selectively, choose some stocks that'll heavily outperform and other ETFs like with sector rotations. So like healthcare is strong for this next cycle, or banks will be strong, or like industrials will be weak, so let's short them. Stuff like
Well, I
that.
have a question. Sam, who do you think could help people with financial advice or to, better their economic level? Do you know anybody out there?
Me?
Obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. Edward Jones? No.
No. Hey, I'm going to clip that and send it to Romulus, okay?
While we're on this subject, and then let's get back to the topic of conversation.
Mandela.
On Wednesday, we have a master class, real estate and stock market investing, Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Show up if you want. You can do some Q&A with us. It'll be fun.
Learn something or don't.
Learn about investing.
It's up to you.
He said learn something or don't. That's up to you. Thank
It'll
you,
be fun.
Weenie, for stepping
Lots
on.
of pictures. I've got a PowerPoint. It'll be fun.
Thank you, Weenie, for stepping on the dance that me and Sam were just doing there. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you gotta be. Yeah. I don't pick up on hints.
What's wrong with Josh right now?
No. I'm looking online. All right. What's another Mandela
Hold
effect?
on. Was that your concentration face?
What's another Mandela effect?
Yeah. So is it Sex in the City or Sex and the City?
Sex in the City.
I
I
think
feel like
in
it's
the
Sex
city.
in the City, but I guess it's Sex and the City.
Sex in the City?
Sex and the City.
Sex and the City.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. That's a worse title. That's the worst title.
Yeah,
That's
Wait.
I really don't remember it as well.
Wait, so are you saying it's Sex and the Silly?
and
And the silly.
City.
Really? I thought it was sex. They was having sex inside of the city.
that.
Oh my
right, and that's
God.
how people make that association, right? But no,
My
it's-
family is so country. Oh my gosh, bro. Sex in the City. That's
Or like
why
Fruit
it
of the
sounded
Loom?
like that.
Is there a cornucopia behind the fruit, or is it just the fruit?
For what?
It would make sense to have
Fruit
a
of the Loom, the
cornucopia.
logo.
Oh, I think it's
Jeff
just the fruit.
mentioned the Jiffy GIF thing before because I damn sure remembered it being Jiffy and didn't realize it only says GIF.
You know, the peanut butter?
I think that's. I think that the
JIF.
correlation between that is because of Skippy peanut butter as well.
I have seen
fine.
Jiffy before. I've seen Jiffy before. I don't know what it was. It may be an
Or
off
Jiffy
brand though.
Lube, maybe.
No, maybe an off brand.
That's like Kroger's brand.
Yeah.
Great value Jiffy. Yeah.
Basically.
Got some bullshit.
One of the ones also was Curious George had a tail. But
He does not have a tail.
I
but people
thought he
think
was
he does.
hanging from it,
Oh, interesting.
No.
I didn't know
but
that.
looking back, he was hanging from his feet.
You said what?
Looking back, I always thought he had a tail, but he was hanging from it. But looking back, he was hanging from his feet the whole
Who?
time.
Right.
Who is this?
This is true.
Curious.
Curious George is a
Curious George.
Oh.
chimpanzee that caused a ruckus back in the early 90s.
Yeah.
He said it
That
caused
man in the yellow hat. He had it out
Big
for
man,
him.
yellow
He
hat.
said it
Well,
caused
people
a
mix
ruckus.
him up with the bear, corduroy bear, or whatever his name is. Paddington, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, Paddington.
The one freaking bear.
Oh, that's old.
With the yellow hat, I think, or something like that.
Either yellow hat or yellow jacket.
Something, yeah. Yellow
Is
something.
it? I think it's I'm trying to remember.
We have technology. We can Google it.
It's an old movie.
Goodfellas.
Oh, play it again, Sam.
Yes, that's not what she said though.
That is not what she said.
But people
That
think
is
it's play it
not
again,
what she
Sam.
said.
Was it like play it one more time, Sam? Something like that?
She said play it once,
Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah.
And for some
People say
reason,
play
when
Casablanca.
everybody does that, they
Casablanca.
say play it again, Sam.
Casablanca, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Play it again sounds better though.
We're gonna need a bigger boat is another one.
Jaws. But
Really?
that's not what the actual
Yeah,
quote
I'm
is.
thinking of phrases in movies. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
You sure?
And what he actually says is, "You're gonna need a bigger boat." I think.
Yeah.
I think somebody Google that. I think he says
Look it up
you're
right now.
going to need.
You're right.
That's
a-
pretty nuanced though. Oh yeah, it is. You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I
Yeah.
found a good
They're
one.
both
Did
on the
y'all
same
know?
boat, so weird makes sense.
Did y'all know that there is no T in Skechers?
I didn't know
Shut
that.
the hell up!
There is no T. It's no T in Skechers. I just realized that. Like that's crazy.
Huh.
Or like Looney Tunes. Is it TOONS or TUNES?
It's TOONS.
Yeah, it should be TOO, right?
Yeah, but a lot of people think it's TUN.
No.
Oh,
It is you. Yep.
It is you.
It is
Interesting.
TUNE.
Oh,
Because
wow.
it's tunes. It's you tune in it, tuning
Yeah.
in, right?
Ah, I
Looney
see.
Tunes.
What does
Mandela effect.
What's Forrest Gump's most famous line?
I was literally about to say that.
Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
It was
That is
not
not
that.
what he says.
Nope, it wasn't that at all.
Forrest.
No, it's what he said to Jenny.
No,
It's
no,
like-
no, no. That's the most famous.
It's a variation of
Well,
what I
that's
said.
one of the famous ones, but everybody thinks he says life is like a box of chocolates, right?
Mhm.
He doesn't say that. Look at you,
What's he say?
everybody go. Everybody went blank.
What does
He
he
doesn't
say?
say life is like a box of chocolates. He says life was like a box of chocolates.
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. That make the movie make so much more sense just now.
Yep. And the
That's
one, I
crazy.
think the one that messed me up the most as a kid was Mirror, Mirror on the Wall.
Who's the fairest of them all?
She never says that.
Oh.
She never says mirror, mirror on the wall. She says magic mirror on the wall.
Wow.
Oh.
I feel like they should just redo those. Because
All right,
magic.
I got another one for y'all. Did y'all know that Fruit Loops it was never spelled fruit. It's just two O's.
Yeah.
Because they're loops, right? FROOT. That's right.
Ah, so opposite of Looney Tunes.
Right.
So it sounds like the Mandela effect. It's kind of like a heuristic, where it's like a mental shortcut, and people have these mental shortcuts because it's been repeated this way, or it's just better marketed that way.
But to your credit, it's kind of like the telephone game because somebody says it wrong, and then you
Yeah.
believe it to be true.
Like
Exactly.
one of my favorite movies is Silence of the Lambs, and everybody says, and I remember him saying, "Hello, Clarice,"
Yeah.
and he never said that.
Yeah.
All he said when he walked up behind her was "Good morning." How the hell did we get to "Hello, Clarice" from "Good morning"?
Yeah.
Telephone.
It's just like when Weenie used to say, "I invest in a certain stock," and I would hear it as something else. Like he would say, "The HB is going to do great in the market," and I would go out and invest in honey baked ham, but that wasn't what he was talking about. Yeah, I just heard everything wrong.
It was honey bun. No, I'm playing.
All right, we got to wrap up soon, but what I want is Sam and Greg, who I always call Weenie, join us today to fool around in our shenanigans, but they are here to talk about a great event that they're going to do a couple days. And I have to
Masterclass
hear
on Wednesday.
most of our audience are men. We love bringing up finances, talking finances. I hope I weaved it in there a little bit. But talk a little bit again about what you're doing, and Sam will give me the link, and we'll put it in the description for people who would like to join.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier, masterclass on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. We're just going to be talking about real estate, the current market of real estate. We're going to talk about stocks, the current market of stocks. We're going to give some tips and tricks, investment tips and tricks. We'll talk about, and we'll answer questions, and then we'll talk a little bit more about Fidelis Wealth Management. Sam, do you have anything to add to that?
No, it's costs $100 to get. I'm just kidding. No, it's free. Yeah, come hang out. I mean, that's it. Quick side note: the Sweet Caroline, the bump up comes from the trumpet. That's why.
Ah.
Okay, right. So that the noise is there, but nobody actually goes bump, bump, bump and says it. But people fill it in with
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I can't
People
make
just
trumpet
like
noises,
to.
so.
right. Well, you can try bump, 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 bam. You
You
just
can. You just have to make it out of
I
the
played
other.
it on tuba.
That is the whitest of whites. Okay,
Yep.
there's
The
white
two-
people, and then there's the people that sing bump, bump, bump when they hear that damn song on the radio.
Definitely.
The whitest of whites.
Whitest
white
of
people
whites.
shit.
White people also kiss their family members on the lips. Okay,
Only
so
Tom Brady and Robert Kraft
Only with
do that. Okay, I don't do that. Cheek only.
you know what's so funny? I was watching my friend, one of my friends that was white when they was at my house, and their dad came to pick him up, and we're like 14 at that time. And when his dad picked him up, he walks up to the door, he comes out, he gives his dad a big old hug and squeezes him, rubs him on the noogie, and they go home like a happy family. And I look at my dad and I go, "You don't hug me like that." He goes, "What are you, gay?" I was like,
Oh,
At least, but they didn't kiss each other on the lips, though, did they?
yeah, they did kiss each other.
I was waiting for that part. I didn't hear it.
What was this, Alabama?
No, they go a little further than that.
Goddamn West Virginia.
They hook up with sisters in Alabama.
Hey, you're gonna ruin
Lil
it
Wayne and
for
Birdman.
people that follow us with electricity in West Virginia. Okay.
You know what's funny is I think for incest, I think West Virginia is actually not the worst state. I think it's like North Carolina or something like that.
I ain't from here, so I don't care.
mm.
And I
That's
believe
crazy.
it.
That's crazy.
I believe
Never
it.
ever.
Don't quote me.
Who's out-
Don't quote
wait.
me.
First of all, who the hell's out here taking incest polls? That's
Never.
number one.
I
Have you
don't
ever
know,
fucked
man.
your
Who's
sister?
responding
Yes
to
or no?
those?
yeah.
Per capita. Jesus.
Oh
Don't
my
worry, it's anonymous, guys.
That man got one little ear and one big ear. He's got to be.
His nose is on his
Cross-eyed
thigh,
baby.
so there you go.
Oh my god! Hey, we all come from the same person apparently, so we're all
What,
related
Genghis Khan?
somehow.
Some way. Yeah.
You know what would have been good today? You know what? It's kind of I don't know. It's not a
They can
Mandela
trace this
effect,
all back to
but
Thomas Jefferson.
I always love the 6 degrees of separation when you find out that you can go 6 ways in either direction, and there's something that associates you with the person
Like
6
Kevin
people
Bacon.
away from you. It's crazy.
It's all Chuck Norris.
You know what's crazy? You know what's really crazy? Thomas Jefferson had 5 slave children. He freed 2 of them. How fucking horrible is that? I heard that the other day.
Wait a minute.